Been waiting for the perfect time to start your business, podcast, or passion project? Girl, let me tell you, the perfect time was yesterday. So today, let's get it done. Welcome to Black Girl Infinite Allure, the podcast where we embark on a journey to a beautiful life together. I'm Jay Ebony, and as a Black woman navigating the complexities of lifestyle, relationships, and finances, I'm here to share insights, stories, and inspiration. Let's explore, grow, and thrive together. Enjoy the show. Hello, and welcome back to the Black Girl Infinite Allure podcast. I am your host, Jay Ebony. I am so happy that you are joining me, and I thank and appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying the podcast. If our episodes have inspired you or added value to your life, I have a small favor to ask. Please subscribe, follow, like, share, rate, and review the podcast. Your support is crucial in helping us grow and spread the word. If Black Girl Infinite Allure has made a positive impact on you, the best way to give back is through word of mouth. Sharing our podcast with others not only helps us reach a wider audience, but also helps others discover the content that you've found meaningful. Remember, rating and reviewing our podcast makes a big difference too, as it helps others find us more easily. Thank you so much for your continued support and for being a part of this journey. Hey y'all, I'm back. What's up? What's up? I hope everyone has had a great week or whatever. So it's been a busy week for us, or a little more than a week, I believe, since today is Friday. Sadly, my daughter and her friend lost a friend of theirs and her mother in a house fire around the corner, I believe last week. It's so sad. Like, everybody in the school was upset. I drove by in the morning after I had dropped her off. I dropped somebody off at school. I don't remember who. And I drove by the street and I seen the fire truck and the street was blocked off. And then I got the announcement from the school that a young girl had passed and her mom that night around midnight. And it's just so sad. There's been a lot of house fires lately. So sad. So prayers out to them and their family. Last week, my son has been begging me for some type of animal, a pet, like a fish or a gecko or a Komodo dragon or a bearded dragon, something. And he decided on this leopard gecko. So we went to Petco and found him a leopard gecko, and it's so cute, and I'm shocked that I like it. And you can feed it either crickets or like mealworms or something like that. I don't trust my son with crickets because he's so clumsy. I feel like he'll trip or something trying to pour the crickets in the tank, and then there'll be crickets all over the house and in his bed. He doesn't even trust himself. He was like, yeah, let's do the mealworms. So we got those. And then I got outside because when we got there, my car died. It does this thing like lately, the computer just shuts off, but just the computer, even when I'm driving, like it doesn't stop driving, the computer will shut off and it'll come back on. And sometimes when I shut the car off, like it dies immediately. And I'm like, that's so weird. And I know it's not the battery, I know it's not the alternator, but I'm just like, huh. So I had an appointment the day before we got the gecko for Lexus, and I was supposed to drop my car off in the morning before work, and I forgot. So I woke up too late to drop it off. So I just rescheduled it. And then when I got to work that day, the car died. And I was like, oh no, I'm not going to be stuck here at work. So I went back out because usually I forget about it and I just go back and it starts up. So I went out at lunch and it started up. So I forgot all about it. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So we go to get the gecko. It dies. I'm like, all right, when we come out, it should be fine. And it didn't turn back on. And then I was like, all right, let's just go to Ulta. Went to Ulta, came out, wasn't turning on. Went to Michael's, walked around, came out, and it still wasn't turning on. I know that gecko was mad as hell. Like, this is the coldest I ever been in my motherfucking life. And these black people just picked me up, and now I'm cold as fuck. And so I called my son's dad, and he didn't have jumpers. So I was like, I don't have time. I was like, I'm cold. Let's just leave the car here. So we left the car there. And the next day, my dad went out there with me to get the car. And I was in my car the day that it wouldn't start. Already getting a trade-in quote, about to trade this in for a new one. About to have one delivered on Monday expeditiously. And my dad went out there. He wiggled the battery terminal, and the car started up. That's all it was. That's all it was. I'm like, I'm so sorry, Onyx. I'm not gonna trade you in. You're my baby. So yeah, it's just the battery terminal. So yeah, that's all I need. We are going to 300,000 miles in that baby. I'm gonna drive it until the wheels fall off. It's almost at 200,000 miles and no lights on the dash, nothing. It drives perfect. I love it. So yeah, almost traded my baby in. But then at the end of the day, if I did get another car, I wouldn't even trade it in. I would just keep it and just buy another car because it's paid off and all that. So, but I did my nails again. This time I did like a short, really short, like kind of pink, or a natural pink kind of. They look all right, not bad. My boss was like, "Oh, your nails look pretty." So I was like, "Oh, thank you." So they look cute. I'm prepping for the Remy TV Awards show that is tomorrow. Finally, I'm so excited. I just can't wait. I can't wait. Today I went to Rhode Island and Massachusetts to go get some shoes, and well, not shoes for me, but for my date. I'm picking them up, who happens to be my ex. So yeah, we're still going to the show. We have this obligation and we are going together. And it's going to be a nice time. Um, I'm so mad because the dress that I ordered, that I wanted, like this really nice African dress, is not going to be here on time. So I ordered like 3 or 4 more dresses just to be safe. Tried them all on. I think I'm going to pick one just in case it's not here, which I don't think it'll be here on time tomorrow, which is crazy, but whatever. I'll still be very nice and cute. Yeah, so prepping for that. I think everything's going to be good with that. I got everything I need. So lately I've been covering true crime little stories on my TikTok and YouTube. So check that out. It's been interesting and it's been getting received well, but I'm liking any type of feedback. I'm obsessed with crime stories, so I have to incorporate that somewhere in my socials. So that's what I started doing. So I'm trying to do some videos every day. Sometimes it might be one every other day or something, but it's definitely worth the lookout. So go check those out. I also got a second job, which I'm excited about, just for some extra money. It's per diem, and I have training next week. So I took vacation from my full-time job next week to go to orientation all week next week. So that should be fun. So it's a vacation, but not a vacation, but whatever. And my girl Leela hooked me up with this job. So thank you again, Leela. Love you. Love you. Um, so lately, because my kids like to break their devices, my daughter's been like hogging my iPad. So when it's time for me to do stuff like my podcast or something, I need my iPad and stuff. So I caved last night and I bought a new iPad Air and I love it. And a new Apple Pencil and some new AirPods because I use my AirPods all day, every day, and they literally like start not sounding too good after like a year or two. So that's I picked up today in Rhode Island, and then I went to Massachusetts to go get shoes, and then all the kids had to get shoes. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, y'all just want everything, everything, but it's all right. And my parents, because they've been helping me out. They are giving me a table for my dining room, which I love because every time I'm looking up a table, I'm like, I cannot find a table I want. All I'm picturing is the one in my parents' house. And my mom called me today and said that they're getting a new table, so they're gonna give me that one. So I'm like, yes, I can stop looking. Love that for me. And today we also seen the biggest spider in my kitchen this morning. It was so big. I said, how did it even get in here? To be honest, like where? Where did it come in? I was so scared. And my son, my 11-year-old, he killed it. I was going to have him just vacuum it. And he was like, how about I get this tissue? So I was like, okay. And he got a tissue and he squished it. I was like, you got one time, because if we lose this, it's over. Your life depends on it. And he got it. And I was like, oh my God, that was the biggest spider. I can't, I can't. Life is hard. These insects and bugs and bleh. Anyways, so that's everything going on with me. And I, like I said before, I hope everybody had a great week. And let's get into this episode, shall we? So today we're going to be talking about just doing that thing, okay? Like whatever it is that you want to do, you want to start, you've been thinking about, you've been wanting to do, just do it. You just got to do it. You just got to start. So I'm going to tell you a quick little story. So when I finally started my business, my LLC, and then I wanted to get like a business phone, I called T-Mobile to set up my business line and everything. They had a great deal. And they ask you like the name of your business, your LLC. And when I told the woman what it was, she said, "Oh, so what is it that you do?" And I said, "Oh, I have I started a podcast and a blog." And she, like, I could tell she just lit up because she was just like, oh my God, you did. She's like, it's so crazy that you said that because a friend and I were thinking about starting a podcast and she told me like the ideas they had and it was like really good. And then she was like, she's like, I bought all the equipment and everything. And she's like, I guess I just have to start it. And she was like, this is my confirmation. And she's like, I think that I'm going to just start. And it just made me think about how you never know like who's dreaming of the same thing as you. And every time someone no finds out that I have a podcast, they're like, "Oh my God, like how did you start doing it? I wanted to do something like that." And I just like, "How did you start?" I just didn't know how to start. And I said, "Honestly, like I was thinking about it for well over a year and I love podcasts. I always listen to podcasts." And then I just kept saying, "Oh, I would like to do that. I would like to do that." And I just never did it. And then one day, I think I had heard something about podcasts on Spotify for podcasters or something. So I'm like, all I have to do is download the app. So I downloaded the app. And then me and my ex had to like a test run because we were going to do a podcast together. And we just like did a conversation because I just wanted to see if I could mess around with the sounds and recording and everything like that. Can I just record? But we didn't like really stick to it. So again, I'm still thinking about it. And then I'm like, let me just record something and just see if I can edit it myself and put it out. And that's what I did. And that's how it started. I just taught myself everything. So it's just crazy how much people are thinking about things that they want to do and they just like don't want to do it. Like, what's holding you back? And I always think about this quote because the big truth is that there is no perfect time. So the quote is, the best time to start was yesterday. The next best time is today. And that's facts. Like you should have been started because even when I started that, like the blog and just, I'm like, what will I talk about? Just whatever I want to talk about, because a lot of the things that we're thinking about, other people want to hear the same thing. And we have to remember that we don't have to be perfect at it at all. It's a learning thing. We strive for progression, not perfection, because perfectionism is a lie and progress is better than perfect. So, and we need to remember that every expert was also once a beginner, like everybody. A lot of times, the people that are doing everything that they're doing, they started out not knowing what the hell they were doing, and they just went and did it, and they learned along the way, because that's the only way to get out and do something. We have to have mindset shifts to get out of our own way, and just know that done is better than perfect. Like, just do it. It doesn't need to be perfect. And if you're scared, then do it scared, because fear means that you actually care. And that's good. Like, just go through it and stop comparing your day one to somebody else's year five. And I have to tell myself that all the time, because I see where people are. And that even applies to like your gym progress. So, like, even if it was you that was somewhere further in your gym, in your journey, some time ago when you were working out every day, and then now you're trying to get back to where you were. So then you start, and this is how I always do it. And I have to remind myself, I was working out every day, doing 177 squats every day, doing this, doing that, running for 20 minutes. And then, so like, if I fall off and I want to start back, I try to be at that, year five or wherever, or month five, whatever it is, when I start my day one. And I'm like, why is this so hard? Why can't I do it? Because I'm comparing myself to a spot I'm not at yet. I'm not there yet. I got to progress to that. You got to start and just keep showing up every single day. You're not too late. Your timing is divine, and your timing is your timing. It's nobody else's. So just remember that. I was thinking about this the other day, so that's why I wanted to make an episode on this, because somebody needs to hear it. And there are some tips to do that thing where you can start today. Okay, so the first tip is to write down the thing, name it, and claim it. Next thing is to break it into 3 tiny steps that you can do now. Anything. Next, don't wait for support. Start anyway. Because if you're waiting for support, you're going to be waiting a long time. I don't have that much support, at least from like close family and friends and everything that I do. I'm getting support from literally strangers and people that I meet, people you network with. They seem to be the ones that give you the most support. And my friend 16 and I were talking about this just yesterday or the day before, about how the support doesn't come from those you've known your whole life. It comes from people that you just met, and or strangers, and that's so true. So always remember that. Also, use free resources like Canva, CapCut, Anchor, Substack, ChatGPT. You already know. Like, I use all of those. Anchor, I don't. But yeah, these free tools are so helpful. Just show up consistently, even when no one claps. Okay? Like, clap for your damn self just by showing up every single day. So, lastly, just visualize the version of you who already did the thing. What would she say to you now? So think about it. Like, you already did it. Where are you at? What does it look like? What do you do every day? What's your day-to-day tasks? How do you feel? Uh, you know, just visualize every little aspect that you can, at least a little bit every day, maybe 15 minutes a day. And also visualize in the clothes that you are wearing right now. Okay? Your future self is counting on you. Okay? Okay. All right, so let's get into a little bit of trending tea. Y'all know student loan forgiveness. I'm following this like I don't even know what, because it affects me. But so the update I want to say, most recently, since Trump has taken office, there have been significant shifts in the student loan policies. So the previous administration's SAVE plan which aimed to reduce monthly payments and expedite loan forgiveness, has been blocked by the courts. I'm sure y'all know this if you've been paying attention. But in response, the Trump administration has reinstated the traditional income driven repayment, so IDR plans, but with no notable changes. For instance, married borrowers filing separately may now have their spouse's income considered in payment calculations, potentially increasing their monthly payments. This matters because many borrowers are facing higher monthly payments and reduced access to forgiven programs. And it's crucial for any of you listeners to reassess your repayment plans and just stay informed about the policy changes that may affect your financial obligations. Also, I believe that the repayment plans have restarted back up as well. And this is still going on in court to see if they're going to even reinstate some of this stuff that is still on hold. But if you've been holding off on starting your dream due to student loans, it's time to reevaluate because the landscape is changing and waiting for perfect conditions might not be feasible. So start now, even if it's in small steps. Got to figure something out because I don't know what's going to go on. And then, of course, y'all already know about the Supreme Court hearings on the TikTok ban. Apparently, you know that it was supposed to be banned already, again for the second time, but President Trump extended the enforcement deadline again. And the latest one is a 75-day extension that was granted on April 4th. So it's pushing the deadline to June 19th. Negotiations for a sale are ongoing, but complexities in the deal structure and geopolitical tensions have caused delays. People are like, who's going to buy it? Jeff Bezos or what's his face? You know, the one that owns Facebook. I would rather Jeff Bezos, even though I don't want none of them to buy it. Like, it's just crazy. Why do they get to buy it? Why did they get to buy it? I don't know. But this matters because, for creators and entrepreneurs, this underscores the importance of diversifying platforms and not relying solely on TikTok, y'all, for audience engagement and revenue. Like, try to get good on multiple sites, especially YouTube. I would try YouTube. I'm trying to be more on there too, just in case something happens with TikTok. Because with TikTok's future in the US hanging in the balance, it's a reminder to build your brand across multiple platforms. So don't wait for the perfect moment again. Start expanding now because, it's going to take time. And the last trending tea we have is with Kanye West and his wife Bianca Sensory. So the tea is that Kanye and Bianca were spotted dining together in Spain on April 18th. So it's now sparking rumors of a reconciliation after their recent split. Remember, they were saying they were filing for divorce and all that stuff, but they appeared relaxed and happy. So it might be that they're giving the relationship another shot. Whatever it is, I want him to figure out a way to stay his ass off of social media and making these crazy ass posts that he's been making because he is out of pocket. He needs to just get back to making good music and stop being crazy. Period. So y'all already know what time it is. I'm not going to leave without giving you some allure advice. So remember, you don't need a perfect plan. You need a brave moment. Let that be today. Your future, abundant, bossed up self is on the other side of this first step. Okay? So please stay well, be good, and take care of yourselves. Until next time. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please take a moment to like, share, and leave a review. It greatly supports our growth. I'm dedicated to expanding our community of like-minded individuals who pursue boundless beauty in every aspect of life. Take care, and let's keep reaching for infinite allure together. Until next time. If you would like to connect with me and join the Infinite Allure community, follow me on social media for updates, behind the scenes content, and more ways to explore boundless beauty in every facet of life. There, I will be updating you all with my blog and podcast information and also giving you your doses of affirmations and self-care tips. You can check me out at my website at myinfiniteallure.com or add me on Instagram and Facebook, both at Black Girl Infinite Allure Podcast, or follow me on TikTok at Black Girl Infinite Allure. Say hey or tell me your thoughts of the latest episode. For inquiries, collaborations, or to share your thoughts, email me at contact@myinfiniteallure.com. Thank you for listening and continuing to strive for all things Infinite Allure. And remember, I will also have this information in the description box.